Soul Garden.
Hello, Your Royal Majesty, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Update. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. Thank you for coming back. I'd also like to invite you down to our little home away from home. It's called soulgarden.me, and we got an amazing staff alliance full of tons of love to help recharge your batteries. This text at the bottom here are all the stories our GA writers and writers are writing. So come on down and let us help you love yourself the way we only you know how, right? Also, good news, the Act 4 videos will go up this week for immediate download at soulmart.me. This is where I wrap up the end of the year and give you a prediction up until the end of the Mayan calendar. Now, I can't promise exactly when they'll be live, but if you want to get a text as soon as they are, just go ahead and text GA. Text me to 96362. I'll be sending out a GA alert telling everyone, hey, they're available. A lot of people have asked. That's why I'm saying all this. Also, people have asked about my astrology and classes. Well, I did record a full video series, one that's easily downloadable and super clear and sharp to teach you the basics of astrology called Astro 101. If you want more, come on down to soulmart.me. They're available for immediate download right now. Those are something we've been working on for a long time, actually, and I'm glad to get them back up. Now, we are moving into the Master Shui level of the Sun in Libra. That is Chapter 3, or the third decan, depending on where you come from. But we call it Master Shui because this is where masters play, which is emotion meets the month's topic. In your case, that topic is your intellect. So Master Shui for you in this particular month is your attitude. That is the Master Shui of you. And attitude has been something that Leo's been working on for 2.5 years, since the end of 2009. Attitude is that part of you that takes over when you're not really thinking. And that's the whole point. We surrender ourselves to the Master Shui of our attitude. And this is kind of like the force that governs you when you surrender to the feeling. And that's what masters really do. They surrender to their feeling, and you do all the time. I think Leos always surrender to their Master Shui, and they fall into great attitude. Lots of Leos with great attitudes, lots of Leos with bad attitudes. But you know your attitude can save your butt. Your attitude can put the right word in your mouth at the right second if you have it pre-programmed. So this week we're stepping into the Master Shui, which for you is your attitude. When we come back and overlap on Sunday, Jupiter rules the day, so it's time to open your mind to unlimited possibilities. The moon is in Libra, so your emotions now have caught up with your mind, and I think that makes you sunny and pensive. I do want to point out that Saturn is at 1 degree, which means it's time to make some key decisions and take responsibility for emotional boundaries that protect your emotions. So you're feeling strong now to stand up for your emotions, and you should, as you said, this new attitude. This new attitude should be based on feeling secure, not an attitude meant to overcome insecurity, for instance. So we do want to have that feeling of security in place. Then on Monday, it's Lightcast Day, the most powerful day of the month to manifest our intentions. And this one is a nuclear Lightcast Day. That's because Uranus rules the day. That means we'll have a breakdown, breakthrough Lightcast. But kind of hit that magic note there. It's kind of superhero-esque, almost astrologically. That means you might have a subtle kind of worry, panic, maybe slip into the right attitude, have to find the right attitude, and all that is part of the lesson and, of course, part of the glory. Now, the Pluto-Libra generation, which is those who were born between 1973 and 1982, as that little poster just said, you are not just stepping out of a 2.5-year transit, but you are potentially ending your entire karmic childhood. This is your opportunity to step away from your entire life so far's karma, as well as this particular transit of attitude. And so that generation that sets the right attitude will be graduating now to their next karmic cycle. Those who do not set the correct attitude will just find themselves in that same karmic cycle. So this is a very powerful time, folks, for a lot of people on the planet. And this particular Lightcast Day is a powerful one. We'll be texting you if you're in the GA network and coaching you along throughout the day. Then on Tuesday, there's a reminder there. On Tuesday, Mercury rules the day, so we're going to have some breakthrough on this day if you didn't have it on Lightcast Day. And it's time to now just run your mind open and explore. So Mercury rules the day. You are sunny, nesting, and resting, though. The moon moves into Scorpio, which means emotions are pulling into your nesting and resting. The moon will cross over Scorpio as well, or over Saturn for the first time, now that it's 1 degree. And so you might feel a heaviness of having to take care of yourself on this particular day. one thing I want to point out here is a double square on this day. Here we go. Sorry about that. This double square kind of comes to a head between 3 areas of your life. It is all triggered by where Venus is at the moment. Venus is saying, hey, it is now time for you to start to receive the abundance you deserve. But there is definitely fear going on between the abundance you deserve and your personal dreams. Can I pay for it? Will I be able to have my personal dreams if I draw my abundance, etc.? And then Jupiter over here in Gemini retrograde is questioning your place in the world, questioning if your reputation can afford it. So it's really kind of a fear square between reputation, soul capital, and your inner child, what your personal dreams are. My point to this is, don't let this fear grid get you, especially the second day after light casting a new attitude. This is, in a way, the first test of the emotional shui attitude on Tuesday as these fears come to a head. On Wednesday, Venus rules the day, which means it's time to restore balance and order for wherever you are not. In order to restore balance and order, you will probably have to respond to the day's obstacles in a way your soul never has. So this is a test of the emotional shui. You are very passionate. You might be a little kind of mopey. The moon is in Scorpio, which means your emotions do need extra nesting and resting anyways on top of the shui work that we're doing. Now, the moon, I guess I don't even know why I'm showing this. There's really no reason to show the planets. That's what they look like on this day. Something else to say. Then on Thursday, Neptune rules the day. And good news, the moon moves into Sagittarius. And so that means emotions now enter into the inner child arena, which makes you now your master shui, emotion and intellect and attitude, is with inner child. So your inner child is trying to get on board that attitude, or you're trying to get your inner child on board that attitude. I think you're partly sunny and childlike on this day, which is, I always think, fun. There is a moment of tension through the day as the moon crosses over Mars, which is going to be a purge, or it's masculine energy meets the inner child. So if the inner child's happy, the inner child gets super excited. If the inner child starts the day not happy, the inner child can have a temper tantrum. So there's a chance of temper tantrums for those who don't play nice on the playground. On top of that, though, it is a tug-of-war as the moon opposes Jupiter later in the day, which means that your inner child is now feeling the call to society, or something from society is demanding on them, or maybe you're not enough for society, or you're not enough to be what your inner child wants. But it's this tug-of-war between your judgment of society and your inner child. Let me tell you this, your judgment of society is not complete. Jupiter is retrograde. The whole point of the retrograde is for you to reconsider what those judgments of society are. So I would go with the inner child and pass on society. I always say that. Then on Friday's actually going to be a smart and fun day. Saturn rules the day, so you're feeling strong. Kind of your spine steps up again, you're feeling sharp again, and the good news is the moon is left alone in Sagittarius, so your inner child gets to play. So sunny and super childlike is my prediction for the day. Now looking at the planets, the moon is well into Sagittarius, but Mars itself is at a purebred 9 degrees, so it's probably another aggressive day. It's a very aggressive day, and one where you're really maybe feeling the call to what your dreams are. You may be feeling your dreams coming true. Very happy, positive day, because Mars is still working with you, even though it's not crossing Mars on that day. Then on Saturn Day, Mars rules the day, but because the moon moves into the house of inner health and will cross over Pluto, I'm predicting it might be a chance of anxiety. So there's a chance of anxiety for the Leos if your house, if your lifestyle or your health is not in order, or if you have to let go of an old life, or if you see an old life going, it could be a kind of a release. So you are kind of releasing on this day, which is part of keeping everything shui. Now the trine that you see here is also part of the drama of the day. Venus, which has progressed now to 20 degrees, master shui of you receiving. So it's now you're ready to receive passionately your values. You see how the planets work together? It's amazing. So you can feel your value now. And so your values have now moved up into the emotional realm, which is here charging your life. In this particular day, it's charging your new lifestyle. So feeling what you're worth is what charges your new lifestyle, and it may be what's causing you to let go of the old lifestyle. But recognize that soul capital is in play in the master shui level on Saturday. Now, one other thing, I already had a blow up. I had a blow up there. Isn't that cute? That's cute. Then on Sunday, Overlap Sunday, Fun Day Sunday, and coming soon we have the Tarot Club on our Fun Day Sunday day. I'm not going to say what it is. You can guess. But on Sunday, Mother Earth rules the day, which means we are squatting and holding space. This is a very passionate moment in the Master Shui level where you want to, at this point, just go with what you've been going with all week. Whatever you come to at this point, just surrender to the attitude of that passion and try to hold space, which is what law of attraction does. You're going to be hyper alert though. The moon is in Capricorn, which grounds you, but it pulls you into your body. So if your body is not a happy place to live, you're not going to be happy. One interesting thing I do want to point out is this amazing synergy of mastery going on in this last moment of the day. For one, look at Mercury, 22 degrees Scorpio, so our mind is at a master shui. By the way, 22 forces that mastery to happen. Venus, 22 degrees Virgo on this final Sunday in the master shui of what you deserve. The sun in the highest 28th degree of master shui. So here there's this kind of Om on Sunday where you're kind of owning and holding space for what you're worth. Your mind is what you will need to take care of yourself. Your sun is the attitude you must have, and then your emotions are grounding you in your life. So this is a very powerful kind of final moment. The other thing I want to point out is the sun is now conjuncting by orb Saturn in Scorpio, so you are feeling the new boundaries in synergy with the new attitude. So attitude and new boundaries. This is the crossover now to the next life, I do believe, and the feeling of the next life. There we have a little closer of what's going on. So it's a pretty powerful wrap up. And for those of you who are paying attention, this is probably the next earmark of your life. And if you do this week correctly, things are looking good. Yes, they are. All right, my Royal Majesty, that's all I have for this horoscope. Thanks for logging in. Don't forget, we have office hours all week that are free to everyone. I have classes now in Soulmart. I'll have Act 4s in Soulmart. We have a lot here to help you grow. Until next week, live, love, be.
Having trouble in your love life? I have the answers. It's called Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. The biggest problem usually is people choose the wrong person. Not anymore. Find out your birthday secrets, available online at secretsofbirthdays.com.